today's 5-minute meetout. It's a video I put out every Friday. That's 5 minutes of whatever writing Authortube discussion. Today I want to talk about how to deal with writing feedback. This is something that actually one of my fellow Avengers of Color mentors, Adiba, suggested. Her book, The Henna Wars, comes out in 2020 from Page Street Publishing. I'm going to link all her details below. How this came up was basically because some of us mentors had sent feedback to mentees that we didn't choose to work with this time around. And a lot of us were really worried that we were going to get a bunch of messages that were like, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about, who the hell are you to tell me this information, blah, blah, blah. Just a bunch of shit responses. A lot of us were worried about. We never got any of that. All of us got lovely, we either got lovely responses or we got no responses, which is fine. So none of us got any negative responses, but it brought up this conversation about how to respond to feedback, whether that's from CPs, whether that's from beta readers, whether that's from mentors you submit to in contests, editors you submit to in contests, or agents. So in my mind, there's kind of 3 ways you can respond to feedback. You can be a dick, so you can send something negative, you can be positive, or you can do nothing. So I'm going to talk about the doing nothing first. In some circumstances, it's completely all right to say nothing back. For example, if you query an agent, they give you a little bit of feedback, it's fine if you don't want to say anything. But in my mind, it's always good to say something. You can end that interaction on a positive. So for example, you just send them a quick email that says thank you back. People take time to give you feedback. Whether it's beta, CPs, anyone, they're taking the time to share that information with you. It's not always good. I've gotten feedback back where I've been like, this is useless, this is unhelpful to me, this person just really is bad at giving feedback, or they just really didn't understand any of the story and everything they've said is irrelevant to me. And I still email those people back and I say, thank you so much for your feedback. If I have any questions, I'll let you know. And it's really that simple. You aren't obligated to use that person's feedback because you said thank you to them. But in terms of interpersonal relationships, it helps a lot to just go that little extra bit and say thank you versus saying nothing. Especially because I think when you think of agents and stuff and people that you look up to, you think, oh, it's not going to matter to them if I write an email and say thank you, whatever. But at least for me, I can say from a mentorship position, it did matter to me. I sent 50 people emails that gave them all a piece of individual feedback, and people that responded to thank me for it. I was really appreciative of that because I had taken the time, extra time that I didn't need to do that. And so it was nice to see that appreciated. And so yeah, positive feedback. Even when you're working with CPs and betas, that's an interpersonal relationship that you never know how far that can go. I remember I'd had not a very good CP experience once. The person had taken a very long time to get back to me. They hadn't been particularly nice in their comments. Some of their comments were just kind of outright mean. But I sent them an email back and I said, thanks so much for helping me out. And I just never CP'd with them again. But I said thank you to them. I was cordial about the relationship. And we were able to continue an amicable relationship beyond that. And that person ended up being very involved in the publishing industry. And so I was glad I didn't send them some shit bridge burning emotional message that burned all the bridges. If you need to, something that I find helpful, especially if feedback is I'm very emotional about it or it's hurtful, I take a day to process it before I send that email to the person thanking them. And you can absolutely do that. But I think the bottom line of this is that when you get feedback from someone who has taken the time to give that to you, you should be ending that on a positive note if you can. And that's how I'm going to end today's 5-minute meetup. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so the algorithm will like me. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next Tuesday or Friday.